What's going on, guys? This is Barry over at Pettit Performance. We've got some gifts from our boys over at Summit today. They were kind enough to send us some product to help us out with our race program, keep us in the shade, help us with a trailer organization a little bit, and also some other parts for the race car. We're going to go through some of the stuff they sent. We've got a pretty wicked tent here. We'll go ahead and get that unwrapped, set up, get it tested out. We're heading down to Savannah here in a couple weeks. So I want to go ahead and get this thing set up, load it up in the trailer so it's ready to go. That way, keep everybody cool at the racetrack and be able to park the race car up underneath some shade. It's going to be hot. We're down in South Carolina, so it's bound to be a hot day. So we're very grateful for them for coming on board and hooking us up with some of this great merch and some of the stuff that they sell. We'll talk a little bit more about their program here in just a minute, but right now let's get this thing unloaded, set up, and out looking good. We'll do some video of it. All right, so starting with the big boy, this is our 10 by 20 tent. Big girl we're going to get unloaded out here in the driveway, and then we'll get everything settled up, get the canopy on it. Some wheeler out here. Hopefully the neighbors don't mind seeing some racing equipment out here in the driveway. By now they should be used to it. Phew. Hot out here today, but man, look at this rig. 10 by 20, nothing like a fresh tent. This is where I'm stoked about. So check out the inside of this thing, guys. So all the risers, these are all spring mounted, so it's not gonna bind up or anything like that. It has these hold downs here in between each brace. Keeps this section here. Very nice tent from the boys over at Summit. All the mounting hardware and stuff's real sturdy. It's not, dingy or giving me the idea that we're gonna have problems. Bases are super thick. They sent us a blue tent. Guess what color the race car is? Bam! About to be matching the tent with the race car. Man, all right. We're gonna let that sit out for a while, air out, and talk about some other stuff we've got. All right, guys, we're back in the shop. So we got our tent up, sweating a little bit. It's hot outside. Bear with me. I'm a race car driver. I'm not an Olympic athlete. We are sweating. All right, let's see if I can turn this rig around here. So let's take a look at what else the boys over at Summit gave us. So, first off, Long Acre tire durometer. Let's check this bad boy out. Test gauge here. Let's see. All right. So this is a manual tire durometer. So this is what I'm going to use to know when my tires are getting heat cycled out. So let's see. These tires here are a little bit old. And really you should heat this up and scrape all this excess off, but just for demonstration's sake. Put this up. But they give you this little sample piece here. So this is your spec block. This is what will help you validate and make sure that your gauge is accurate. So let's rip him out. Let's see what we got going on. All right, so this says on the gauge block should be 62 at 75 degrees. This was validated July of last year. It's a little bit hotter outside today, so we'll probably get a little bit of a softer reading, but let's just see, make sure the block's clean. 62 is what they spec'd. And yeah, look, we're right at 60, and it is 90 degrees outside, guys, so it's gonna read a little bit softer. It's been sitting in the garage for a little bit. All right, guys, last but not least, from the boys over at Summit, this is a jack stand holder. And I know that sounds goofy, but when you've got a race trailer going on, everybody knows you've got 50 million things you've got to put in there. This deal will actually mount on the wall, and then you just hang your jack stands from it. Then it's out of the way, clean and simple. Here, let's see if we can mount it. Boom. So now all you have to do is run you a strap through all of them so they don't bounce off while you're going down the road. You can all go down one little space on the wall. And then whenever you're thrashing in the pits and got to get something done, you just come over, shoot, I got my jack stand, ready to go. It's simple things, guys. Like I know that's silly, but wow. We'll get it mounted up in the race trailer, show you guys once we get it finally set up. But that's a really cool thing to have. If you're looking for gift ideas or something like that. That wraps up all my toys from the guys over at Summit. What I will say is the team over there, John and those guys, are just fantastic people. They are all about helping the sport and grow, and really reach out to people. They're not a, looking for the last cent out of everybody they can. Those dudes actually care. And one thing that a lot of people don't know is they actually have a motorsports. Call this number. Those guys will get you squared away. John and his team, thank you so much. You're making a big impact for all of us out here, being the people that our sport needs to continue to see. So thank you guys. We're going to get all this stuff loaded up, start in on our race day preparations. It's time to start checking that checklist. So I got to get back to it. That's it for this video. Thank you guys. Stay tuned.